Hey guys, we are back with another LeetCode question of the day. Today we are going to be looking at question 374.
We are back, baby. We are fucking back. We're back. Yeah.
I chose an easy question today because I honestly have a lot to do. Today is my last day of winter break before I head back to school, so a lot of packing up to do. I had to clean out my car and I had so much to do today that I wanted something a little bit simpler, but still I wanted to learn something. So I chose to do an easy binary search question. Binary search is something I haven't used since I was taught what it was. So that was honestly challenging today, but once I recalled it, it was honestly a pretty easy question. I actually really enjoyed the nature of this question. It was basically just a guessing game, and I get to have one guess, and we'll talk about it more as I write some code for it and explain it. But I had a lot of fun doing this one, so I hope you guys enjoy. So let me explain the question a little bit more while you can see me writing in the background. Basically, this question comes with a given function called guess. If I put a number in there, it'll return one of three things, -1, 1, or 0, based on if it's higher, lower, or that is the correct number for the guessing game. So for my first thing, what I did is I established a guess, and that guess, it was just the largest number that uh, the largest number of the question. So like if we had 0 through 10, the question would give us the number 10, indicating the size of the amount of numbers we can choose from. So all I did is I said if guess equals -1, meaning our number is lower, add or subtract 1, vice versa for adding 1, and then if it's 0, we want to break, and then I know we have the right number. Doing this, I I passed the first couple of test cases, but obviously, of course, I wasn't going to finish the question in the first 8 minutes of writing it. So here you can see I get it accepted, and then I'm like, oh, submit, all confident. Psych, this is going to take forever because the numbers get really big and the sample size gets really big for the guessing game. So after that, I had to pivot into the binary search. So that's what I'll be getting into next.
Got him. Got him.
Honestly, the way that I really thought that was going to work out is kind of embarrassing. Here you see my starting attempts at making a binary search where I don't think I have it here yet, but I'm like starting to think of the idea of dividing it by 2. Then here in just a second, you'll see me starting to mess around with the idea of getting a binary search tree. If you want to divide by 2, you want to reduce your sample size. But then for some reason, I always thought you want to multiply by 2, which doesn't make any sense because why would you want to increase the amount of numbers to choose from when you already have a select range of numbers to choose from? So I don't really know why I was thinking of that. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. The whole premise is you get this middle number and you divide that middle number, or sorry, when you get your left and right and you divide it, and that turns into your middle number. When you get this middle number, you want to check if it's lower or higher than the guess that you're at. And of course, depending on that, you want to either switch things around, which I'll be working on here in a second. Here you can see me looking up the logic of trying to do a binary search. Honestly, not my proudest moment, but I just honestly, there's no way I could have recalled how to write a binary search. But it was only a small part of the question today, and it's good that I ran into it because I think it's good to freshen up on some of these skills. I'm more happy that I was still able to fully apply it during the actual question itself, and I didn't really need help working within the actual. I didn't need actual help working within the question. I know
I
this
think you
looks
should
like
have
an
checked
absolute
if
jumble of if and elif statements,
yes.
and honestly, I'm a little embarrassed at this point of it. But some key concepts you might want to pay attention to if you're attempting to solve a problem like this is look at how I'm redefining right and left based on where middle is, or based on the result of middle. That's basically the entire basis of this question. And then the only thing that the first set of if and elif statements are doing is saying if our left is our answer, if our right is our answer, or if our middle is our answer. I want to make sure I'm actually returning the answer where I'm finding it. You could just I guess, hone down all the way to the middle and then only return middle, which would work too, I think. I didn't really try it that way. But yeah, that would work as well. But as you can see, just moving the right and left along appropriately. I actually have them kind of backwards right now. It should be the other way around. I think I do end up switching them here pretty shortly, so we'll just have to see. This 5 returns if the number. So this 5 should return a -1. Okay. In my code, my guess it should be -1. Okay. And then right, which is 10. It's 10 plus 1. Should be minus. Which is 9. And now this is our mid. And our left is 0. So our left is now 5. And our right is now 9. 9 is 14. Mid is now 7. Our mid is now 7. Right? 7 would return a 1. I think these need to be after. Can we just take a minute to appreciate my problem solving capabilities? Like, oh my goodness, I am just banging out threes here. This is incredible. I'm actually using the paper to like look through how my code is running. Okay, I'm getting a null for some reason. Honestly, to this day, I don't really know why I'm getting that null. I mean, I've got some guesses, but I don't really know where it's coming from. I just end up returning nothing. But it's fine. I don't really know why the other well, I do know why the other test case was passing. Basically what I was doing is when I was setting the left, I was setting it at the wrong space when I said left equals mid. So basically, anytime my answer would be, I think, uneven, I would throw away the left side. But in reality, that's where the correct guess was, is on the left side. So I threw it away, meaning that the correct answer never equaled. Therefore, it just ended up returning a null until till left and right eventually met each other, because that's when the while loop breaks. If I didn't have that bit of logic, it would just keep rerunning, and therefore it would just return nothing eventually, which is, I'm pretty sure, why I got that null pointer. Actually, I'm almost 100% positive that's why I got that. Which means the number that's 7, that we picked. Wait. This shouldn't be. This. If it's -1, if the -1, if the num is higher than the number picked. So that means, why is this logic so difficult to understand? This is what they were talking about in the question, right? So 7 is higher than the number we picked. So we don't want to change out the lower number. We want to change out the right? Is the exact realization that I needed to solve this question. Once I realized that I had, like I said earlier, had addressed the left wrong and I was skipping over the result that I wanted in reality. Once I had figured that out, the question was pretty much solved, and I think I pretty much solved this question literally right after I make that change. So we want to say right equals mid, and then the left can go up 1. Okay, so let's change this around. If pick was an, oh shit. If pick was an 8, fuck, that doesn't work. This isn't gonna work.
You just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
How does it not return anything? What am I not seeing? I mean, so right. So if our middle number, if we have a number in our guess 7, and we want 8, and our left is behind, our left is obviously our new mid, and we want to take 1 off, right? Oh, oops. Oh, shoot. Bang! Wait, I did it. And it only took like 30 minutes, and I basically did it all myself once I understood the binary search tree mechanism. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's only been, what, shorter than a week, and I'm already feeling so accomplished. No, all jokes aside, I am definitely feeling like I'm making a lot of progress. I'm running into a lot of struggle, like a lot of struggle. And I'm sure you can tell after watching what that was like 35 seconds of my brainstorming. You can see how much of a struggle it really is, but I do feel like over time you just pick up patterns and you start to recognize those patterns, and it definitely becomes a lot easier. Binary search is definitely one of those things that is really important. So I am very glad I did this question. And again, if binary search is something you don't feel super strong in, I highly, 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 highly recommend this question. I enjoyed it a lot. It's not super complicated. There's no recursion. There's no linked list. There's not a lot of like side chatter when it comes to like those kind of things. So the question is framed a little weird, but it just is what it is. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today. And yeah, I'm going to move back to school. So next time I'm recording, I will be in my dormitory, which will be exciting. Lovely. No, all reality, I'm super excited to get back to school and go to class. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm going to learn a ton this semester. So it'll be exciting. I hope I'll see you guys tomorrow. And again, if you liked it, make sure to leave a like. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.